Our first port of call was Roatan. Roatan is the largest of the Bay Islands off the coast of Honduras.
We were on Royal Caribbean and we ported at Cox and Hole. Carnival Cruise Lines built their own port in Roatan also, called Mahogany Bay. We met up with our friend Danny and he drove us all through town. He took us also to Sandy Bay Ministry Lighthouse, a local orphanage that has added on a private school this year as well.
We have been here before. This time, there was a church from Florida and a church from Canada that were visiting. They were installing septic systems, doing an upgrade there, and they were also remodeling one of the homes, or one of the houses. Our boys had such a great time playing with all the kids that were there.
In Honduras, I met a new kid. His name is Wilson, and some stuff that he loves doing is jump roping. And since I did jump roping with them, I got better and better at it, and soon I was able to do what he was doing.
After leaving the orphanage, we headed over to Infinity Bay. As we drove through town, you can see the hospital and other homes. Water here is not good to drink straight out of the tap, so they have to buy water for drinking. On our way to Infinity Bay, where we plan to snorkel out to the reef, we saw they're improving the roads for tourism. Tourism, especially via the cruise ships, is the island's #1 source of income. Infinity Bay Spa is a luxury hotel on West Bay, part of the island.
There was a lot of road improvements, which meant there would be a lot of traffic on the way there.
Infinity Bay Spa is $20 per person for the day for a day pass. It included access to all the facilities, beach chairs, and a welcome drink.
The water was so nice, we just went right in.
The food was local and delicious. And Caleb even got to play with the cat.
We had access to the pool as well. This is my 3 boys trying to just take a photo. Say cheese, boys. Say cheese.
I'm always the first one in the water. I'm the water child, and I always have my head in the water, and I love snorkeling. I love the beach. I'd rather be in the sand than the water.
You can see way out in the distance, that dark blue, that is a 25-foot drop off, and then it drops off to 80 feet where it gets really dark blue. Later on in the video, you'll see us go out to that reef and snorkel.
My dad let me take the video camera, and this is me videoing. I got to take the videos for a little bit, and I loved snorkeling.
The reef that is right there in the Bay Islands of Honduras is called the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef. It's the world's second largest reef system, right behind the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. It's also known as the Great Maya Reef. It goes all the way from Mexico up there by Cozumel and the Yucatan Peninsula, all the way down through Central America to Honduras. Honduras is down at the southernmost part of the reef. It measures over 1,000 kilometers, or about 620 miles long. I took my mama out snorkeling for the first time. She was a bit nervous, but she did great.
This is Tito. We met him while we were about to head out to snorkel. He works for one of the local resorts to help guide people out to the reef. It was really helpful to have someone with one of those life-saving rings that we could just kind of hold on to while we put our face in the water to watch. He also would provide food for the fish, which would help the fish come out and swarm around so we could see them a lot closer up.
That keeps us fogging, huh? scuba diving, not snorkeling, right? Sorry, I didn't kick you there. Trying to keep it up the reef. You gonna grab 'em? I know, we're gonna head.
Tito also showed us that there's a rose coral that when you rub it on the inside of your goggles, it helps prevent fogging so that your goggles do not get foggy while you're snorkeling.
Alright, you ready to head back in? She's way past her comfort.
See all that fish now? They're like, pretty not going to stop biting this, so then start swallowing the water.
You'll be alright.
If you start biting the water, you take it out and put your head up.
I stayed on the beach because if your foot hits coral, it feels like rock.
Once we got back to shore with Chris's mom, we grabbed Carter and had Carter come with me and Chase and Chris as well.
I was very nervous at the beginning, but then once Dad told me why there was so much fish, then I felt more safe. This was the first drop-off. There's one more that comes on later, and he went down and then came back up and told us it was 25 feet deep.
Tito is also looking for conch fish. He would go down, dive deep, and come up with a conch shell and show us. It was so cool. I would never have recognized that that's what it was because it's just dark with coral on it and it just looks like any other rock. We just hung out here for a while at the 25-foot drop-off and snorkeled around to see all the amazing coral and fish. A couple of us even took turns diving down deep to see what we could see.
I love snorkeling, and there's a lot of fish and coral, and it's super interesting. I even went down and saw some. I even touched some of the coral.
We're coming up on the 80-foot drop-off. This is where the boys were a little nervous, and we decided to head back into shore to see Kate.